Hey guys, it's your girl Just C 96 with the B at the end. So guys, welcome back to my channel. For the new subscribers, welcome. So this video is a simple cook with me, my mother's birthday, and my sister-in-law came to help me. So guys, continue to like, share, thumbs up the video, and this will be a talk through. Bye. Hey guys, yes guys, so welcome back again, and to the new subscribers, welcome to my channel guys. So this video, as I said really in the beginning, it will be a talk through. So I am here just welcoming everybody and letting them know that I'm about to do some meals with you all. Basically it's my mom's 70th birthday and we had a little party at home. So my sister-in-law came and helped me out, helped me cook in the ending, and you all will see that along with my son's father. Again, yes, people, he came to give me a hand. So I was basically talking about the two pots that I have on the stove, which is the pots for the meat. So the menu I did was barbecue chicken, salad, fried rice, so two different kind of rice that was parboiled. One had a little yellow turmeric in it to give it a little yellow color, not too much, and then the other rice was white. So I was basically here talking about the steps that I had to take to go through all of this. I mean, I had the meat a couple of days ago to clean, and obviously my mom assisted me in cleaning the meat. Funny enough, I had to do a little more, a little more chicken when my mom was saying to me, Susanna, don't you think that that is enough? And I said to her, yeah, that's enough. But she insisted that we should have done more. So, um, so I took out some more chicken out of the bag for to just give a clean up, wash, cut up, that sort of thing. So the chicken is leg and thigh, breast and wing, right? I placed two pots on the stove, and in those pots I had added bay leaf and cinnamon to it with water for both, right? When you're doing parboiled chicken for barbecuing, um, that is how it looks, guys. So you parboil the chicken. That is it. That those are some of the chicken that was parboiled, and I took it out, and that is bubbling there. That is lamb. So we had lamb, and we had that's lamb. So you saw the bay leaf. That is lamb parboiling, because you want, when you're barbecuing your meats, you want it to be well seasoned, right? And I was telling you all there were two different types of tongs. I don't use the same set of tongs to for the meat something, two different types. So I was just showing you all the remainder chicken, and I was also letting you all know that the barbecue sauce was made. The barbecue sauce had bay leaf, big onions, barbecue ketchup, a little bit of mustard in it, sugar, vinegar. Also, I put two beers, two bottle of beers in it, so you get that kind of flavor. I mean, you had to love what you're doing, people. So I was talking about the chicken and thing being parboiled. This is the next set of chicken that I had going. And obviously, guys, when I season my meat, I like to push my green seasoning underneath the skin, and also the chicken could take the seasoning, so it will have that great taste when you're barbecuing and all of that good stuff. So the water, you could use the water as bone broth. You could use it to make dog food, anything you choose to do with your broth after, you know. So I'm showing you all the barbecue sauce here, and obviously, did I say I put onions? I chopped them up, rough chop it, and I was showing you all what I already did. You understand? And I had rice to see about. The rice didn't do until late in the afternoon, and I'm telling you all this. When you all are doing rice and stuff like that, do it last. Let your rice be done last, and obviously your lettuce and your salad to be done last. So here you see me rough chop and cut up everything. I cut up everything, people. My mother had bought some those red things that you see on top of the cabbage, which is basically that is um cherry and cranberries, and I chopped it up. I rough chop it and I added to the salad. We had a bottle of dressing. We had 2 bottles of dressing, I might add, for the salad. One was a normal like vinaigrette dressing. You understand what I'm saying, guys? And the other one was balsamic vinegar dressing with wine and stuff like that in it. So yeah, guys, this is me going through it, tossing it up, and I'm showing you all how clean my nails are. Because when you're doing this, normally, if you are working in a restaurant, then it's required for you to use a glove and all of this sort of thing. Showing you all what I threw on the ground while tossing and stuff. Well, what went on the ground now? So when I'm home, I use my hands. Like I always say, my hands are fully cleaned, always cleaned, right? Always clean. I'm showing you all the rice, the 2 different kind of rice that we had to play with, and I was using this big pot. This big pot is basically what I use to do the rice. And in this video here, my sister-in-law came to help me out, so I was just about to show you all what I did. I put on the pot, got it extremely hot because that's an iron pot, and most of the times you have to get your iron pot extremely hot. Yeah, guys, that's mommy. And she was saying thank you, guys, and we were saying this is the birthday girl, and she said hi, guys, how you going, that sort of thing. So with all that I was doing, she was still there monitoring, watching me. Imagine, guys, I'm a big woman, 52, and my mother is still around telling me, don't do that, do it this way, do it the other way, so like I say, in the background had a lot of music, and I really, really couldn't. I would have gotten copyright, and I didn't want that in this video. So like I say, I had to talk everything out, say what I had to say. And guys, the meal was so good. I'm going to show you all a little clip of the chicken. This is the chicken here, guys. This is the chicken my brother, and the sauce. So I separated the sauce. So I had sauce after the chicken was completed. I had sauce to to put on the food. This is me making the salad here, and obviously the video is topsy-turvy all over the place. So you'll see the dry cranberries and the cherry and all of that good stuff. Guys, when I say I outdid myself, I outdid myself. I really, really did. I love to cook, but there comes a time when I'm going through this thing called the big the PM. All right, and most of us know what that is. and cooking sometimes just really get the better of me. You understand what I'm saying? So I I just get fed up sometimes. I say, see me, I ain't feel like cooking. So I might go a whole week. If I have things in the fridge like leftovers, trust me, I will eat what it have in the fridge. Right? For a whole week until yeah, I dive back into the cooking. Because cooking is a thing that yeah, like I say, I always say it in my videos, you got to love it. And when you love something, you do it to the best of your abilities. Yes, it have red onions and this purple, the purple cabbage, all of that good stuff. So guys, this video is not really a long video, but it is more or less me showing you all, showing you guys. I did not, and I say it clearly, I did not show you like a plate of how it looked and everything, but just by the looks of the work of art, I would say, because when you're cooking, food, it's supposed to be a art, I would say, because most cooks love what they do, and when they present something to the crowd at hand or to the consumers, and it's packaged in such a way, right? It's supposed to be a work of art. When you put it into your mouth, it's supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to let off or give you that feeling of comfort, you know. So this is basically me, talking, and as you could see, my mom there, guys, liking herself. So we toast everything up, and this is me putting in the olive oil, and I put olive oil, sesame oil into the pot. I put what else? Sesame oil and some, I think is the other oil is the either the soya oil. And normally I don't use soya oil too much when I'm doing my rice, you know. Other than that, remember I told you guys the pot supposed to be extremely hot. When I say hot, extremely, extremely hot. But yeah, guys, anything that you're doing, your pot, if it's fried rice or chunky veg, stir fry, the pot's supposed to be hot. And I'm putting in some bay leaf and some cinnamon in it to burn in the oil, so it will have a flavor, you know. You got to love what you're doing, people. You got to love it. Cooking is a passion, it's a love, it's a art, cooking itself, and most people wouldn't see it that way. But doing what you love supposed to give you that extra comfort, you know. So this is bay leaf. I'm just getting it like toasting it up in the oils, so it will release it aroma. And then I'm putting in the fine thyme too, so you know that the oil itself will have extra flavor to it, and then the food too, the rice, so it's basically a love. It's basically something that I like to do. But like I say, there are times that I'm not going to cook anything. I'm just going to relax myself, take a week off, you know. And sometimes when it's just you alone and nobody's around, you don't need to overwork yourself. Take that time out for yourself. Take that time. That's why A lot of people say, so why you don't do your YouTube, pursue it harder than I am. But sometimes you gotta take that time for yourself. Sometimes you gotta just rock back, think about what you're doing, what you're presenting, if others would like what they see, So this is me. After I did this, it took me about a week to relax myself. So guys, now I'm back home. I have work to do. Remember the video that I put out with my mom, and I go into various places getting certain things. Remember, we went to Lenzel, that's in Macoya. So I'm now back home. I bought some um, high density foam, right? I purchased uh, my chairs at Standard, and the foam, it lasted 5 years. So now that I needed a high density foam for my chairs, that's what I bought. So you all, that will be in the next video, upcoming video. I just simply clean with me, put away the stuff that I brought back down. I've been doing that quietly, conservatively by myself. And yeah, guys. So sometimes you keep putting out, and it becomes, well, in my eyes, I would say it will become monotonous. But sometimes you have to change it up a bit, do things differently. But some people doesn't recognize that the work that you put into being a small content creator, they don't see, they doesn't see it. So um I love what I do. My home, like I say all the time, I thank God for it. I really, really do. So I try my best to make sure and upkeep it as much as possible. There are times that uh, it gets the better of me, and I just have to leave it alone and come back to it. So sometimes I will post, sometimes I wouldn't post, and others might get frustrated. People might say, but how come I have 130 something videos on here? You could go back and watch from the beginning if you haven't ever seen my videos from the beginning. But I love what I do. I love having my home in a particular order, in a particular way. I love to clean my home. I love to cook. I love to um I just love to make sure, things look good. I love things to look good. So as you could see, I'm now taking out the items that I left in the pot to like burn a bit. You understand? So I'm taking it out now. Um, my sister-in-law is also there assisting me. She came and um, she said, Sus, I now reach to come and help you. I didn't put her on camera because some people doesn't want, they just find it, they don't want to be on camera. So the carrots and I added carrots into this. I added bodi, which would be string beans to you guys. So in the Caribbean we call it bodi, right? I cut up those things the night before. All the, yeah, everything. Well, my sister-in-law actually cut this up. She cut up the carrots fine, so dice them up, sorry. And so it's the carrots, and you don't want to overcook these things, right? And this is corn, peas, and carrot. That is my sister-in-law putting it there, right? And I just there to assist. So that's my sister-in-law scraping it down from the bowl and everything. It have corn in it, it have peas and carrots. We still bought peas and carrots for it, right? And then I'm putting a little pack seasoning, which is more or less, because remember, it's plenty rice. That night we had a number of people who came to, my mom's little birthday party, which she didn't really want anything show too much on. and I'm adding in some soy sauce, the black one, the dark one. There is a light soy sauce, right? So the soy sauce itself is to change the color of the rice to brown, right? You can use browning and all them sort of thing, but I use the soy sauce, right? I think that is all-purpose seasoning, fine spice seasoning, and fine spice in it. You know, even though we already had cinnamon, so it's my sister-in-law toasting it up. Um, and with that, now we're gonna add in the first pot of rice. So my sister-in-law tasting it to see if it's tasting good, if it need any more salt or anything in of that nature. And me and she contemplating um what it needs, and she tell me it tasting good. So I say, all right, we going with what we have. So we will throw in the first set of guys, garlic we put it in there now to mix up. Not garlic, ginger, sorry. Because I did a lot of ginger. A lot. So, guys, ginger added to the pot right there. And obviously it had a toss up. Right? And then we're going to start adding in the rice. Right? When you're doing fried rice, you don't overcook your rice. I hope you guys know that. You know, Chinese don't overcook the rice mostly. Just like you're doing pasta. Pasta in a way is al dente, so it's as soon as you put it in, you take it out. But the pot itself, the water itself must be boiling, you know. So yeah, this is me throwing in the body and stuff like that and tossing it up. Alright, so yeah guys, I feel my sister-in-law free to take the pot to hold the pot. You understand? When you're cooking, you can't be afraid. You cannot be afraid to cook the food. You can't be afraid to hold the pot. If you're accustomed to holding the pot, you know, yeah. And then my sister-in-law tasting here. She tasting it. Right? And the veg itself, it crunchy, you know, especially the body and the the carrots. So yeah guys, this is just how it's looking. So we waiting a while to get it, you know, and then to add in the rice, because it's two pots of rice, but everything has to go into this big pot here, everything. So days we contemplating how we find it tasting. You sure it tasting good? If we throw in the rice, you think we gotta add some more salt to it, you know? You understand? So she said, nah, it tasting good, man, it good. So this is me using a ladle to scoop it out to throw it into the pot. Like I say, you got to love what you do. And look how pretty it's looking, guys. Look how pretty. Look how pretty it's looking, guys. Yeah. Look how pretty. It's looking good. I saw your rice. Have to look when you're doing fried rice. Now we can add egg to this, crack a egg and put it in. But me not eat I don't eat egg like that in my rice. No, when you go to the Chinese place, they will give you that. You know, they will have egg and they will add it to the rice and all of that good stuff. But I don't like it. To each his own, I would say. To each his own. No, my sister-in-law ain't using the spoon as it's supposed to be used, right? Because it have so much vegetables to the bottom of that. So much. That is rice. That is rice for you. So now I had to come in and turn it up because you see, when there's a cook, right, you have to know that it has rice to the bottom. It has rice to the bottom. So you had to really get in there and maneuver your spoon. If you don't know how to, you see guys, see what I'm talking about? If you don't know how to maneuver your rice, then to the bottom of the pot, the um the rice, the not the rice, sorry, the vegetables will remain. So you have to keep tossing and tossing up everything. And yes, I did add some more soya sauce in it, right? I did add more soya sauce, right? So there's my sister-in-law throwing it in for me. And I think it's at this moment we heard we heard a particular voice at the front door, and that was my son's father who came to help. And yes guys, this is just some pictures of the ending, my brother and my mom, my brother and my mom. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and keep thumbsing up the video, like, share, tell a friend, and we will see each other again. Bye guys.